They're really tight up there. The Biden family, super tight, super loving, super close, unless you were the product of an extramarital relationship with a stripper, in which case you don't exist. So Joe Biden has 7 grandchildren, not 6. He's got a little granddaughter named Navy, who he refuses to acknowledge, his wife refuses to acknowledge, and the father of that little girl, Joe Biden's son, Hunter, refuses to acknowledge. I'll just give you a flavor on how Joe Biden talks about his very, very close family, including his 6, not 7, grandchildren. Not one.
We have grandchildren and children. I have 6 grandchildren, and I'm crazy about them. And I speak to them every single day. My oldest granddaughter, her name is Naomi. I have number 2, her name is Finnegan. And number 3, the nickname we call her is Maisie, Natalie. And she is a senior in high school, about to graduate. And then I have a grandson who's going to be a senior in high school. And now I have a new baby boy. He's 3.5 years old, and he's Beau Biden. So guess what? They're crazy about me because I pay so much attention to them.
And only them. Has not even spoken this granddaughter's name, even though they say, Amala, that her mother has told the little girl, who's now 4, that Hunter Biden is her father and that the president of the United States is her grandfather. She has never met either one of them. Again, her name is Navy. Her mother's name is London Roberts, who's 32. And the New York Times went down, to its credit, finally, and profiled the mother and daughter. This is, Joe Biden tries to sell himself as the example of father and grandfather extraordinaire.
Yeah, it's when I see that video of Hunter Biden on the balcony, I'm thinking you have some other family members that you should be, giving a call to or getting closer to rather than Hunter Biden here. It's very interesting to watch this story unfold. And more so than anything, I just feel sad for this young child, right? If you are a 4-year-old who knows of your father's existence, knows that your grandfather is the president, and you are living in a less than privileged life, as detailed by the New York Times, I believe, you're watching, other kids get the attention and the privilege that you really deserve by virtue of being born the daughter of Hunter Biden. So I can imagine that there's a lot of sadness here as a young girl watching this. I grew up without a father for much of my life, and that's a father that I had met, that I had spent time with. Imagine never having that opportunity while seeing him on TV, seeing him gallivant around with your grandfather, and just looking at the life that they are leading while you are here without your father or your grandfather. It's just a really devastating story. I'm really in the back of my mind hoping that, she's at a young age right now where this isn't going to be cemented as some sort of trauma for her. And hopefully they will come together, build some sort of healthy relationship. Although I don't know what sort of healthy relationship you can have with a man like Hunter Biden, who is engaging in this sort of activity, who is hiring prostitutes, who is doing drugs. It's just really who made it a
deal term when he got pinched by the court to finally pay the the child support that he owes, who made it a deal term that this little girl not use the Biden name. He insisted that she not use the Biden name, even though he is her father. And she has every right to do that. I don't know how that wound up being a deal term. He wanted his $20,000 a month child support payment lowered because he said he doesn't have the money. I guess he's run out of the Chinese and Ukrainian money now, Evita. So they lowered it. And in exchange, he said, okay, well, you can have some of my paintings. So now this mother has to sell some of the Hunter Biden paintings. This, as we're told in strategy meetings, aides are being told at the White House that the Bidens have 6, not 7 grandchildren. And that is the official line, as more and more people are wondering whether this is going to get saddled around Joe Biden every time he tries to tout what a wonderful family man he is.
And this is what the media has actually been enabling this. Finally, the New York Times, you're right, they did do a profile on it. People magazine did a story just a while ago that said, meet Biden's 6 grandchildren. He has 7 grandchildren. And one of them is Navy Roberts, and she's been denied her family name. They're so embarrassed of this adorable little girl that they won't even let her use the Biden family name. I think that's such a sad situation and a horrible testament to the kind of people the Bidens are.
In 2023, this year, for Father's Day, Joe Biden issued the following proclamation. I read it in part. Fathers are critical to raising the next generation and to teaching their daughters and sons about values that matter most. They demonstrate responsible fatherhood and foster healthy perspectives on things like masculinity. He goes on to say, my dad taught me that above all, family is the beginning, middle, and end, a lesson I have passed down to my children and grandchildren. You're a fraud, sir. You're a fraud until you admit that you have a 7th grandchild and you teach those very lessons. Like many people, I am eating healthier these days, or at least trying to, and that's why I love good olive oil. And by good, I mean fresh. Olive oil packs the most flavor and healthiest nutrients when it's fresh from the farm. And that's the problem with supermarket olive oils. They're not fresh. They can sit on the shelf for many months growing stale. That's why I like my olive oil direct from small, award-winning farms, thanks to a guy named TJ Robinson, also known as the Olive Oil Hunter. When I first tasted TJ's farm fresh oils, I fell in love with their vibrant, grassy flavors. They're delicious on salad, veggies, pasta, meat, fish, you name it. And as an introduction to his fresh pressed olive oil club, TJ's willing to send you a full-size $39 bottle of one of the world's finest artisanal olive oils for just $1 to help him cover shipping. Best of all, there's never a commitment to buy anything, and you can cancel your membership at any time. Get your free $39 bottle for just $1 shipping and taste the difference freshness makes. Go to harvestfreshnow.com. That's harvestfreshnow.com for a free bottle and pay just $1 in shipping. harvestfreshnow.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.